Everybody, it's Pandy and I'm playing World of Tanks. This is the second video in the 2-video series that I'm doing for this weekend, and again, I apologize for missing 2 weeks worth of videos, so I'm sorry guys. Here's the second video. So I'm just going to go ahead and get right into it, and the tank is the IS-8. Now, just a heads up to everyone out there, due to the political climate back then, in the wake of Stalin's death in 1953, the IS-8 was actually renamed to the T-10. The T-10 was basically the same design as the IS-3, minus all the upgrades that was added to it, like a longer hull, an extra set of road wheels, a larger turret with a new fume extractor, increased armor, better engine. But around from that, the overall design's the same, including like the turret being forward placing on the hull. The final version of the T-10 was fitted with a long M62 T2 main gun. This gun came out with a new muzzle brake, so it kind of basically absorbs about 40% of the recoil. Along with the fume extractor, it's been found out that when the powder comes back out, when the breech block is opened, it has the chance of igniting and burning some of the crew members. So that was added to American and British and Soviet tanks to prevent that from happening. T-10 also came preloaded with NBC protection for the crew and infrared night vision. T-10 performed as expected and saw combat service with the Egyptian forces and against Israel in the 6 Days War. Most of them were lost to Israeli control, and they were used, just like the IS-3, to protect the Suez Canal against Egyptian encroachment. Production for the T-10 ended in 1966 when the Russians, or the Soviets, decided to go full swing into the main battle tank concept. In the end of 1966, 2,500 were completed, and they were pulled out of Red Army service in 1967 and pulled out of reserve service in 1993. Many of the vehicles in question ended up being converted into missile vehicles for ICBMs, medium-range missiles. That's the basic history of everything. If you want more of the development history related to the tank, go ahead and go to the IS-3 video. But this is the short and sweet version of it. It doesn't have much development or history or anything. It's just a bigger and better version of the IS-3. So yeah, that's the whole thing without the mess. But in World of Tanks, the T-10 or the IS-8 was a damn fun tank. The firepower on the IS-8 is pretty fucking sweet. I'm currently disappointed that the 130 is not an option on the IS-8, but it's still a fucking great tank. The firepower and penetration is outstanding and allows you to basically target any tank on the field. It's really high penetration, allows you to go through the MOS or IS-7, everything. I was a tad worried about the gun coming out. It would be nerfed before it hit live, but it's a perfect mix of damage and firepower, so I'm extremely happy with this monster of a cannon. Now, when it comes to the armor on the IS-8, it's actually soft for a tier 9 tank. It's the only tier 9 tank that actually comes with only 120mm of frontal armor, minus the French tanks. I mean, this is soft. I mean, if you compare it to the E50, it has the same amount of thickness. So it can get pinned by tanks like tier 7 tanks, tier 6 guns. They have the possibility of going through your armor as long as they're firing at your weak spots. Now, the rounded turret provides outstanding protection because of the angles, and the requirement to pin it is so extreme. You literally have to be point blank range to pin that armor, at least on the turret. Now, the overall shape and angles of the armor helps you to protect yourself from, long range firing because of its deflecting ability, but its bigger hull allows you to be opened up to more side shots compared to my experience with the IS-3. That's a side effect, I guess, for having really good mobility and the ability to move like a boss with the lack of armor. Now, mobility on the IS-8 is something to be compared to a medium tank. It hauls ass like nothing else out there, minus maybe the French heavies or medium tanks out there. It just moves. It's really good. It's really fast for a heavy tank, and it does allow you for great tactical movements when the time is needed. Like outflanking your enemies and, finding holes in the enemy line and finding weak spots that you can possibly use. Turning your tank towards the enemy is no problem, and it's not really a big issue, so you can do it without questioning. Overall, the IS-8 is a refreshing tank to play. Comes across as a tank that forgets about armor, but it becomes a mobile hauler of a big gun. Gun is outstanding, it hits hard, pounds shit to death, and it has really good rate of fire. So don't ever underestimate this tank with the 122mm cannon. It gets the job done, and it's a very respectable gun. It does good on the IS-4, it does great on the IS-8. When it comes to the tank being good, it's beyond good, and it's highly recommended to anyone to keep it whenever they got the IS-8. It hurts everything, it beats everything, and it moves and hauls ass everything. So now we get to that part of the video where I get to give away some World of Tanks gold. This week, for this video, I'm going to be giving away 3,000 gold to the North American server and 2,500 gold to the European Union server. To win said gold, you must just post a comment down below, maybe about the video question, which is: since I mentioned before in the IS-3 video, I have a brand new computer. What do you think of the video quality? Do you think it's good, bad, meh? let me know what you guys think. I mean, it's a new computer. I'm looking at it right now. I need to replace a 120 millimeter in the back. It's actually pretty loud, but around from that, I love it. So I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. So I thank you guys for watching. I am Pandy. Good hunting.